So Gully banning out Japan and Ottomans. It is reversed. So Gullyd3ck3l is on the left. His bans show up below KnockKnock.
By the way, I'm just looking at the maps because they were drafted first, obviously. Has Sixfold Crossing been played today at any, by chance?
It has not been.
Oh, what a shame.
Myriad reached out to me and said, okay, I saw your list for the maps that you wanted for the Warchief Club. If you want to replace this particular one, hey, how about Sixfold Crossing? And I was like, yeah, sure, if you say that's a good map. Apparently nobody agrees at all.
Well, or the other maps are just so good that they're like, I'm sorry, I do have to go for the other map. And I mean, to be honest, Front Range is a very cool map. Dry Arabia is a classic. Himeyame, I think, is a very solid 1v1 map. Baldland is fine. Gorge, I think, in 1v1 is also good. And that just leaves you with Dry River and Sixfold Crossing. So,
hey, I think Dry River is an absolutely decent map. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, absolutely. But the other ones are also good, so, yeah.
Yeah, I would have expected people to ban Front Range, honestly. I'm surprised we saw it played 2 times, but we also saw it played 2 times by Gullyd3ck3l, and once he White Tower dropped someone, and the other time he just Ooga Booga HRE feudaled.
Oh boy, yeah, well.
But let's take a look at this draft. Yeah, he chose violence a lot.
A lot.
Byzantine first pick versus China first pick. So Gully still likes his China. We saw it earlier and it lost with Pro Scouts. Rus Ayyubid, and we've got Mali Zushi. Now we don't have any super hybrid maps where you kind of have these have hybrid play a big factor. These are basically just either full land maps or they are full land maps where Pro Scouts is good.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Front Range.
And then there's Front Range.
And then there's Front Range where we just go into our opponent's face. And I do hope that Gullyd3ck3l's first pick China is just a barbecue drop. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, well. I do love that, whenever you watch pro game drafts, pro player drafts, the bands are basically always the same. It's really, really cool to see how, I guess, how unified the pros are in deeming certain civilizations as strong.
Oh yeah, 100%. The meta just establishes itself, and people follow it blindly, you could say. Wait, didn't they have
almost blindly, right? I mean, on lower levels, you would definitely check the profile of the player and be like, okay, what's the main civs? What civ has he played the last time the most, or whatever? And then you will probably prefer banning those. But on that kind of level, it's like, well, I'm just gonna ban whatever is the strongest at the moment. And apparently, okay, House of Lancaster not really a surprise in Ottomans. Japanese also really strong. Sengoku Daimyos. I feel an interesting ban. I mean,
after the patch, you can't really tell if, or rather, we're going to see if the Shinobi were the only broken thing about it. Because I've talked to Balltune about that, and he said, yeah, the food economy is completely bonkers.
Mm-hmm. It is. That is very true. Yeah.
And then I saw him put his castle gold landmark right next to his what's it called, Missouri, the building that gives you a bonus Gava rate.
I think so. Yeah.
And you also get bonus Gava rate on your 3 gold villagers. Mm-hmm. So he had his entire economy under that. It was basically a better Archon.
Yeah. No, I mean they definitely are not slacking off. That is for damn sure. And I would have loved to see the small nerf that the Shinobi got. But yeah, we're not gonna see them then in these finals. So drafts are done. Any upsets here? Anything that surprises you?
I am very upset that you're not accepting my in-game invite, but at the same time,
Not getting that. Oh, there it is. Well, that was a smooth transition, but
I know, right? No, I'm honestly, I am not surprised that we don't see Abbassid.
yeah,
And yeah, like the Byzantine first pick is still like a curveball. I mean, Byzantine is really good if they have the time to scale. But generally, you want to counterpick them with something that hits them very hard, very early.
Yeah, that's why it's a big if. And most of the time, I feel doesn't work out that well. Like at least in the last couple pro games that I saw, Byzantines, they had a very, very rough win rate. Because yeah, you play Japanese against them, you play French against them, and then it's really rough.
Yeah, if you look at the civs that Gully has right now, Biz is great against the Rus, but other than that,
yeah, maybe Ayyubids, like maybe, but it really
okay
depends.
Against Delhi. It's not great.
Yeah,
Against English. But yeah, let's see if I can actually find us a game. There's a Gullyd3ck3l game going on right now on EGC Gorge. Do you have the map downloaded?
I do. I just checked earlier, actually, when I saw that Liquid didn't have it. And I did have it, so yeah.
And our first matchup will be Ayyubids going up against Zushi. Which I like that matchup. That should be somewhat even. Wait, someone pinged me. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, it was just Liquid from earlier. Wow, I am having such a long latency today. But yeah, we're gonna go into the first match, and hopefully they don't have 5 minutes delay on, but they might. Let's find out.
Find out together.
Okay, here's the other thing that EGC Gorge is different in than regular Gorge. They have a beautiful loading screen.
They do have that. Yeah, it's pretty stellar. And do we have a? We do not have a delay. We do have. Okay, 10 more seconds. That's fine. We can definitely take that.
I can work with that.
Best of 5 finals win the Warchief Club. The last one of this year, I might want to add. So it's all or nothing in a sense.
Yep. Going straight into it, folks. Welcome to the grand finals of the Warchief Club number 146, as I pause the game for a quick second because it keeps lagging if you're just at the edge of the playthrough. We did see Gully opening with a little bit of a villager trick, jumping in and jumping back out on the backside to save a little bit of travel time on his vills. Playing the Ayyubids here in the south. And in the northern part, we have KnockKnock playing Zushis with a backwards mill on the wood line. Don't see that every day, but it's very safe, so I like that. Give me your thoughts.
I mean, pretty standard stuff so far. Opening with the village. I mean, it did get discounted, so it's a little bit cheaper nowadays. He did go for one of the straggler trees before he finished the mill, so just taking maximum advantage of the supervised mill. And Ayyubids, you can already see the buildings kind of connecting with each other, so just trying to get to the golden ages as fast as possible. So really nothing too crazy here. In terms of scouting, Gullyd3ck3l on the left side completely, and KnockKnock probably sensing that is just on his left side, so on the opposite side, and both players just grabbing for the sheep. Also fairly even. Gullyd3ck3l 10, 11 right now, and KnockKnock is sitting at 8 at the moment, but should find a couple more.
Yeah, let's see. Is there still some left over here? There's 2 right there. So in theory, if you split the map like that, you should have the exact same amount of sheep, right?
Yes,
that is a perfect world and how it would work out. So let's hope that we're getting there.
Ooh, KnockKnock is losing. He's missing the 2 sheep on the right side of the big gold vein, just because he cut the corner just a little bit. and also missing. Okay, so he's currently like missing 3 sheep. But that should be
Oh
fine.
my god. Hell yeah.
Bazaar. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
life is good. Life is good. We do have a bazaar wing. I was going to say, why do we still have 5 on gold? Here's your answer. So, Trade Wing Bazaar, or the Gamba Wing, as we lovingly call it, is when you gamble for if you're going to win this game by banking on what kind of offers you get from wandering traders. And they could either be traders or resources in a favorable trade up, which is exactly the same as the Golden Gate, if correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's like at least it's very similar.
It's 100 to 150, I think.
Yeah, I believe it is. I mean, I'm not even sure to be honest, if I ever played the Bazaar wing, just because I'm a big fan of the reinforcement or the logistics wing, with the free desert raiders or the dervishes. But the Bazaar is a nice touch, and it's a lot more difficult to predict and to punish. Just because, like, your opponent, he sees the wing, sure, but he doesn't know what you're getting at. And so, very, very curious tactic. And I believe a lot more popular nowadays than it used to be 1 or 2
back in
at
the
least
days,
months ago.
Back in the days after it got nerfed, because it was an auto win if you got the right rolls. I think the only people who played it were B and Dragavan.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, what you are actually fishing for generally when you go for the Trade Wing Bazaar is you are trying to get one of the unit rolls, which will either be swordsmen or spear throwers. And KnockKnock does have that forward gold here that can be aggressed on. So that would be no fast castle for KnockKnock if he gets pushed off of that. But right now, looking to be a regular Pro Scout game for Zushi. And we do have a role for the Bedouin skirmishers, which are the spear throwers. And other than that, you can buy food. 150 for 225 it is. Food and wood and traders. Honestly, at this point in the game, I would also get a series of traders because you can just send them immediately to work. But that is just me.
Yeah, also KnockKnock sending his scout forward is now scouting the wing, but he just barely missed the Bedouin skirmishers, and so they will actually be able to attack the villagers right just about now. Not getting a kill, but at least pushing them off, a little bit of damage, and yeah, that is very interesting. I don't think that KnockKnock has expected that. I mean,
he's opening with horsemen now instead of the extra scouts. So immediately supervising the horsemen out. Gullyd is running for his life and also getting his own horsemen.
Yeah, the classic horseman versus horseman poke, which seems like one of the more stupid tactics that you could do, but it's very effective just because you have such a high mobility. That's the value, the most value that the horsemen actually provide is the mobility, not necessarily the damage.
So scouts are being mass produced. Pro Scouts is already in. You just set the automatic drop-off point to the mill and you grab those guys. Gullyd is trying to get on top of those scouts with his own horsemen, but needs to pay attention at home. Can defend, however. And yeah, KnockKnock is not really super investing, or hasn't up until this point, is now once again supervising out some units.
Yeah, I mean, Gullyd3ck3l is basically halfway to Castle Age already. I mean, that's... I would say even with the Bazaar, especially depending on what kind of wing, what kind of options you get, you still wanna go for fast castle. He's also going for an outpost to protect the gold and the berries just a little bit more. So yeah, he's looking like he want a macro to Castle Age. Also, with the outpost, he should finish the first level of Golden Age. So that also will give him just a nice boost.
Are you also as excited as I am for the traders returning in about 10 seconds and we're going to see what the next roll is like?
Yes, I'm very excited actually. Is it just 3 seconds? The suspense is
Oh my
almost killing
god.
me. What we
Here
get?
they are, and we get...
And-
Okay, I'm not on Gullyd's perspective. Damn it, that was anticlimactic. We get
Oh,
Bedouin Swordsman, which would cost 150 gold, which he does not want to spend right now, because then he would have to wait for his castle age.
yeah, so basically
Next drop-off.
nothing special here, right? I mean,
I
he
mean,
did have
you
the...
take the Swordsman, and every time, they are really good. Did he just buy food?
Well, he didn't get
No,
them the
no.
last time though.
There are the swordsmen. Now, my question here is, if he had waited for his castle age up, which would that happen after the refresh? No, it would have happened before the next refresh. Would he have gotten... No, it's a feudal trade wing, so he only gets the two. But he gets castle units in a second. They auto upgrade.
That's true, yeah.
And they're really good. These guys, for those who don't know, they get +3 versus any melee unit. So they get +3 versus spears, they get +3 versus men-at-arms, it does not matter. And also against horsemen. And these
Yeah, I mean
guys...
the only downside is they are light melee, so they are hard countered by archers, and they don't have any kind of armor, so they are a little bit, susceptible to damage. But yeah, against melee units, pretty rough.
Yep. Culturing logistics coming in for Gullyd3ck3l, so we've got triple healers about to enter the field. KnockKnock, though, he sees this amount on gold, knows that his opponent is trying to defend it to their damnedest. He's full pro scouting and has such a nice food bank sitting there. He's gonna go to Castle Age in a second as well.
Yeah, what I also like about going to Castle Age with a logistics wing is you have the 3 dervishes, which are fast imams, basically, and you have a very high chance to get at least the majority of the relics, even if your opponent is also going fast castle.
Mount Lu Academy coming up, so this generally is taken for the improved supervision technique, which usually means you only have to build 1 production building and then you supervise. In this case, though, not quite sure, because we're on triple stables now, so the usual 1 stable night spam with supervision, as we see Gullyd going for a nice little raid, trapping 1 villager in between the horsemen and taking it out. But Gullyd, come
losing
on.
the scouts, the micro not there, so basically sacrificing 3 horsemen and a scout, but is getting a villager. The counter raid on the other side didn't cost a life.
Yeah, Gullyd was busy microing his dervishes and grabbing relics, so just losing those guys for free. And here we see the regional inspection upgrade coming in, 150 to 300%. Kind of surprising to me that, but we only have 1 barracks, so is it gonna be regular Knights play and then Palace Guard spam? We are opening with Palace Guards at this point.
Well, the issue with the Lancers would be that the Gullyd3ck3l already has a couple of Camel Lancers on the field, and he has some tanky beasts, and also having, of course, the Camel Unease, the cavalry debuff. So Palace Guards, I feel like, makes a little bit more sense, and if you mix Palace Guards Spearmen, it's kind of hard to focus down the Spearmen. So maybe that's not the worst option that KnockKnock can go for at this point.
I think the Palace Guards were just okay, I'm just gonna send like 2-3 over and hope to distract and maybe kill a villager with them. But yeah, the Lancers scout them out, kill them immediately, and Gullyd is not gonna be perturbed by that, as we get the Dali Horses upgrade, which is 20% extra attack speed for those guys. Yes, it's not actually 20%, yes, we know. It's still a really good upgrade.
Yeah, it is an incredibly good upgrade, and it also kind of offsets the debuff a little bit. So basically, they're losing 5 damage because of the Camel Unease, but they're also getting about 20% more attack speed. So it's kind of like almost evening itself out at this point.
Gullyd just living his best life. He managed to secure 4 of the relics, now going for sacred sites, and currently with his 8 Lancers going up against the 9 Knights on the other side, I think he's not too unhappy, but if this keeps up, like the Pro Scouts is still going strong and has not been really delayed at all, he's going to fall behind in the Lancers department, so he needs a different solution to the Knight Mass that is about to come out.
Yeah, on the left side, killing one of the scouts and also dealing with the Lancer here while he's capping the Sacred Sites. A little bit of a Lancer right here on the back of the base as well. So villagers on the run. But KnockKnock has only been able to find 1 villager kill so far.
KnockKnock is now going into Veteran Spears, adding those in as well. I think that's more like for defense and not really as a straight fighting unit.
Oh, look at the left side. Gullyd3ck3l wasn't paying attention where the Lancers were going, and he did lose quite a few villagers here. 7 villager kills, going down to 8 villager kills. That is a brutal loss here. 9 as well.
Just missing all the action here. But yeah, Gully not paying attention there. Crossbows are coming out, so we're going to need a solution for those guys. But yeah, not a great showing for Gully here. Already 9 dead vills on his side. What is the play? Is it just going to be crossbow lancers and spit for luck? Then in that case, KnockKnock can just go straight spears and be happy. Lancer once again gets caught out by the... Okay, I need to stop calling these guys Lancers because Azushi also have Lancers. I'm just gonna call these Knights and these Camels.
Alright, I mean, you could call them Lancer and Camel Lancer if you wanted to.
I could, but that's so... Yeah, okay, that would be the smart thing
Call
to
them
do.
L and CL.
Smart. Oh god, Gully, what are you doing? What are you
Well,
doing?
the L's taking a big W, that's for sure in the middle.
Okay, I hate it here. I just want to get out. I just want to get out, please. Gully keeping control of the Sacreds is really nice extra income, but KnockKnock taking some decisive fights there, taking out multiple Camel Lancers for free. And yeah, now we have an army that Gully cannot fight directly. How many crossbows do we have? That's not enough. Lancers get on top of that.
Not enough, that is for sure. One dervish lost his life and they're just on the retreat.
Okay, nice wall of defense. The dervish stays alive. KnockKnock is not gonna change dervish stealing.
No, that is no, especially not while it's carrying the relic. That is too dangerous. But the numbers are not in Gullyd3ck3l's favor. That is for sure. Dervish is standing there getting poked to death by the spearmen. And it's just a handful of Camel Lancers holding on to dear life here. Numbers dropping for KnockKnock though, but at the same time the Spearmen will be able to clean up the whatever is remaining.
Crossbows are being spammed out at this point in time out of triple archery range, but yeah, now we're sitting in our own base, being massively behind economically, and KnockKnock still has a superior army outside. The only saving grace right now is the Sacred Sites being kept still.
Yeah, the Sacred Sites definitely helping a little bit here, also with the 4 relics, of course. But Gullyd3ck3l being idled out here on the gold vein, being idled on the food department. He is behind in villagers, so yeah, overall his eco definitely is way behind. Not to mention, by the way, we haven't talked about the meditation gardens, which is bringing in a solid 25 gold and 35 wood. So that is a very nice late game, and will also help with the farm transition at some point once the deer runs out. So
it's a 60 resource meditation garden. It makes me sad. At the same time, very happy because I've been on the receiving end of 200 resource meditation gardens before, but it's a very sad garden.
It is kind of sad. I'm just thinking about that. Gold and wood is very important on this map, just because it's a very open map. It's not too many wood lines, so you take the wood. It definitely could be better. It's just sad that there's no berries or stone on that
coming
side.
For the spear flank. Now there's a lot of crossbows here. He could definitely hold this, but how much damage can these spears actually do? Healing is here, however, and the healing against the spears, who only do 10 damage per hit, really effective. A little bit of a misplay there by KnockKnock, not really getting anything done at that moment. So
It actually is only 9 damage because now Gullyd3ck3l also has his blacksmith tax already.
sheesh. Gullyd3ck3l getting melee defense. That is, you know,
That is
it's
something,
good.
no?
It's good against mass spears. It is decent. We've got Yangnang Tower coming up for KnockKnock, so he's gonna go Song Dynasty, which enables his farm transition, makes it much, much cheaper for him. Already floating 500 wood there, so he is ready. Because that is the weakness of Zhu Shi. Once these deer carcasses run out, the Pro Scouts is done. Then he would have to eat the boar and the berries. And then it's all she wrote, and Gully still has some berries that he can fall back on. Going straight for the middle here, 20 crossbows. And KnockKnock currently, he's going into Zuginu now, but a little late actually. This could definitely be a good timing for Gully. Sorry, I need to sneeze.
Yeah, that definitely could be a good timing. Veteran spearmen are getting baited into the tower and into the what's his name? Town center. Wow, words are missing me. And KnockKnock is doing a fantastic job here with just constant raids. He has a couple of lancers on each side of the map and just constantly rotating around, which further just helps him to maintain one, map control, but also once he has to start a farm transition, it might be a little bit easier, so he doesn't have to protect all of the flanks that he has. And as long as he doesn't let the lancers be caught by the spearmen, they can always just run around. That is nice here.
Well, that is a little bit extra bold. Could work, but it definitely doesn't this time. We are almost up to 30 crossbows. That is a scary number. Gully once again clawing his way back from the brink of defeat. But with the triple granaries coming up in the north side, this is definitely really scary. He does not have a long-term solution for food. He only has the Gamba Wing in Feudal that he can occasionally buy food with if he is lucky. He does have a scary army though. 25 Zuginu to deal with the crossbows. But what is Gully gonna do to deal with the Zooks? More Lancer raids coming in.
We could see some Manjaniques at some point. That might be an option, but...
Don't hate it, can see it, but instead we're going to see a farm transition from Ayyubid as well. And they pay full price for their farms, while KnockKnock only pays... How much is that actually per farm? Let's see here. With Song Dynasty you pay 53.
53, that is pretty nice. I have to say, you know, like especially with the passive wood income, you basically can afford it just with the meditation garden alone.
Just by existing very slowly, one farm per minute.
Almost, yes, like two farms every 3 minutes or so. Scout here poking at the villagers on the bottom side, and the berries now getting to surround and then slowly being...
Scout is like, why are you making me fight this? Okay, big engagement now here in the middle. KnockKnock is full infantry. He can't really pull back. On the same side, Gully does not have much cavalry to actually follow this up and run down the Zooks once he has taken the front line out. He does, however, have the much bigger army. Reinforcements coming from the side, and Gully is trying to go for another raid with those Lancers, so let's keep an eye on those dead economic unit counter. But yeah, where are those guys actually going? Gully, do you have vision where we don't... Oh, they're going straight to the farms. He knows where he has to be. And
Ow.
Gulam in the front just soaking the shots of the Zooks.
Yeah, and slowly but surely pushing KnockKnock back, and KnockKnock doesn't really have a whole lot there. If you're looking at the army value, it's crazy in favor of Gullyd3ck3l. Gullyd3ck3l's Lancers, Camel Lancers, now have arrived at the farms, murdering one villager after another. That's number 4. So definitely equalizing the villager kill number, and his ranged mass on the right side still standing relatively strong.
Yeah, that's a really, really good raid. I think KnockKnock just realized, wait a minute, I used to have more food income. This is not good. Has one Lancer in Gullyd's woodline, which is being shot at by 5 archers and just does not care.
Yeah, there's also the Gulam there, but yeah, literally doesn't really care a whole lot here. Was able to kill, I believe, 4 villagers there, so in terms of villager kills, still fairly even, and since KnockKnock had the stronger eco for a long time, he might still be fine. It's definitely not over, but that raid on the granaries was pretty brutal. Definitely not what KnockKnock wanted to happen there.
Yeah, we kind of don't really have a means to deal with Gullyd's ranged mass. That is over 60 ranged units at this point, and with some Gulams in front that we also don't have a solution for except right-clicking them with the Zuginu. Ooh, looking rough. Can we get some Nest of Bees here? Because otherwise I don't see a way out of this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going mass lancers, you have 36 crossbows against you. If you're going mass archers, doesn't really help you. The Chuganu, they're not necessarily super strong at this point anymore. Spearmen don't really do you a lot of good here. So yeah, definitely an issue. And Gullyd3ck3l now transitioned all of his army on to the left side where the granaries are. And now that we have a Dimensionique being constructed on the field.
Don't worry, there's not gonna be too many farms too much longer.
No, definitely not. And if KnockKnock tries to defend that, which he's going right now, Dimensionique is done moving around, and there's the shot on the Spearman. That was a little bit underwhelming.
45 Zooks just do not want to fight this army. Yeah, Gully actually coming back after the great raid from KnockKnock initially. Gully drops it on the finishing line. Good one. So that is 1-0 for Gully. Where are we? Gorge. Ayyubid. Good one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, very even game. If we're looking at the resources, it was very, very close. Gullyd3ck3l actually, for pretty much all the game, had slightly more resources even than KnockKnock. So a solid game, a solid KD as well, and with that, able to take that first game.
Lash coming in with the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you guys had fun over there with your other tournament. We're not gonna be jealous over here. It's fine. Welcome into the Warchiefs Club. We are in the finals. Best of 5. First game just finished up, and we are waiting for the second one that has just started. Gullyd3ck3l is up 1-0, and we're gonna have El Clasico on front range. Oof. I cannot judge that one, quite honestly.
Right, shoot me an invite and then we're gonna hop right into it. Or as soon as it's available, at least. They're still in lobby right now.
Hold on. Where is Maneas? There we go. Second game coming up. It is going to be front range, and it's going to be Gully's English, which we have seen twice today already on this map, going up against the French. Now, I'm just going to hit the observe button.
You mean to hint at White Tower drop? Is that what you're saying?
If you do that against French, I'm going to be very impressed, because that means you somehow avoided all of the knights successfully.
Yeah, well...
Okay, Gully is a bad person. He White Tower dropped someone today. Yeah. In his defense, it was someone going Eco Wing 2TC Abbasid on front range, which is kind of like, please kill me. But Gully is a bad person, is where I'm hinting at.
He's not that bad. He's trolling people sometimes.
It's not a troll. It was a really effective strategy against what has been played against him.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's still pretty trolly.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got half a minute. So, yeah, okay, we updated the overlay.
See, the thing is, usually I'm saying French kicks English around the curb, no problem. But on front range, where you have a smaller corridor to work with your longbow spear per composition, I can see English making a good showing of themselves. Still, it's Knight Archer against Spear Archer, which is usually in favor of the Knight Civ. We'll see. We'll see what Gullyd does. And let's hop into this game, shall we?
Indeed. And, well, I mean, one thing that is also noteworthy on Front Range is it is a very open map, and it only has 2 small gold veins close to your base, and then all the gold is all the way up in that mountain front range, you know, hence the name.
There's gold in the mountains.
There's gold, yes. And so English, you know, with a couple of, like, maybe with the king, a couple horsemen raiding around that area, especially with the abandoned outposts, could be very annoying to the French in the around the mid game, because they need to secure the gold up there, and that's not always easy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how you ideally want to play this as English. Do you want to be aggressive and just coin flip on that aggression to work out? If we look at KnockKnock spawn, he has a super far back gold, has somewhat safe berries as well, has the deer in the back as well. He has 1 forward gold once the 1600 rolls runs out. But for now, he's just fine. So just rushing longbows out, probably not gonna work out. So what do? French will eventually outscale you economically because you just passively get better eco.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably not the way you want to play the game there. Again, I could imagine Abbey of Kings and then put out the king, a couple of horsemen trying to raid. Because, yeah, I mean, the gold is in the back, but it's also outside of TC range. Same as the berries, same as the deer almost, depending on where you can push it towards. And so that is definitely, like, yeah, you have to go around the base, but it's still a very good angle of attack. And with the king and the healing, yeah, you will lose any fight against the knights.
Hear me out here, though. What is stopping KnockKnock from just dropping down double stable and just going pure knights if you do that?
Well, nothing is stopping him. It's just, you know, you try to keep him on his toes. I mean,
yeah, you really have to be very much on your toes. I feel like English is kind of shoehorned into being aggressive on this map.
Like, it kind of is, yeah.
If you leave French alone, they are going to take the boar, then they're going to take your boar. And you kind of have to go into farms, which is not as bad as English, but yeah, for
it's
now,
still bad, yeah.
Abbey coming up. So we're going to have a king that KnockKnock has to deal with, and the rally point is set straight to the French gold.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think that's what you have to, at least with the king, obviously you have to do that. What I also, by the way, like about what Gullyd3ck3l is doing, which is really smart, he is already taking all the deer in the front of his base. He also did get survival techniques. And so he's getting the maximum out of those 3 deer that he has, and then he can, fall back to the berries if he needs to. He can go into a small farm transition if he needs to. He could try to wall off the right side. There's another deer pack that he then could be taking. So there's a couple of options that he has, but he definitely took the deer pack in the front, which was the most susceptible. So that's very smart play, if you ask me.
Yeah, deer opening for English, if the deer camp is close enough, is always a favorite. It's very nice. Now, you kind of have this awkward mill in the middle of nowhere, but you can still just get wheelbarrow on it, so not the end of the world. How many sheep are we left on? 11 sheep still to work with. And Gullyd ramping up quite a bit of food for the feudal age at this point. Of course, you also want to get rid of your villagers in front there, so you just take all of the deer pack. But yeah, what is the play here, Gullyd? We have enough for a barracks, and here it comes.
KnockKnock doesn't really have a whole lot on gold at the moment. He only has 3 villagers on gold, and so it kind of looks like he's more heavy on wood at this point with 10 villagers. Actually pulling a lot of villagers from food to wood now. Which kind of indicates the archer range play.
Yeah. What you usually see from French into English is you just do a few knights just to soak up arrow fire, and of course threaten and force out spears, and then you just go heavily into archers. But I'm not sure that is what he can do right now, as he takes out the boar with his knight. We see an outpost coming up right there, so just a better food income preparing for that eventuality. And Gullyd fully defensive, pumping out spears and getting his eco upgrades. Still not, this does not show us anything that Gullyd is gonna do. This is completely open.
Yeah, it sure is. And I mean, to be fair, we just got the king out on the field, so I guess depending on how the king will be able to manage now, that might open a few more options for Gullyd3ck3l, whether he will go into stable. There you go, there's a stable, so we'll probably see the horsemen following up. At the same time, the king is already being followed by 1.5 knights, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, that does not stop the king from actually killing one of your villagers, so you still have to react to this. Or, just turn around and walk away.
Very close with the connection here. Just barely... Okay, getting a villager kill. What? No, it's switching the targets, but at least getting a hit on the villager.
It's fine. Like, the king always needs triple hits, even with a charge. So you can't just go in like a French knight, charge, one hit, death. Nice body block here, and the king's still alive. Still would need some charges to die. Gullyd3ck3l scouting out the boar play as we see survival techniques come up. And Gullyd is reacting with, let's just make more spears and let's make some farms. Because we're English.
Well... I mean, who's gonna blame him? He does have one horseman, one more in queue, but that's just sitting at his base right now, probably just waiting for the king to go home, and then he's going on round 2. There's only one more knight here, so yeah, king actually can turn around and trade a couple of hits before he retreats back to the King's Abbey, or Abbey of Kings, rather.
Knight has better stats than the king. The only thing that the king has going for them is more health.
Yeah, more health and also trade just healing up. So as long as you don't lose it, you can just trade a couple hits and then retreat back. We see a wall coming up here on the right side as well. So Gullyd3ck3l does not want to get raided from the right side. On the left side, there's 2 more knights coming in. The spearmen are not in the right spot, so the knights will actually find some...
good reaction. Very nice reaction by Gullyd3ck3l.
Yes.
Can he trap these knights? He cannot. Not moving around the wood line. Just gonna try and be completely safe. So KnockKnock, what is the play here? We've got double stable. And you saw that your opponent is walling off, which very much indicates that he kind of wants to flee to Castle Age. What do you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's at the same time, we do have 3 horsemen and a knight and a scout moving over towards KnockKnock's base. He does see that now, but doesn't react to that at the moment. 10 villagers on gold. There's a hit.
Knights are trapped.
Horsemen, they don't do damage that much. So, I mean, idling out 20 villagers is really nice, to be honest. So that's at least something. And KnockKnock needs to react to that.
KnockKnock lost 2 of his knights in Gullyd's base just now. That was really, really rough on him. Not happy about that one. And Gullyd is, in fact, not going castle. KnockKnock should know it because he didn't see any vills on gold. But, yeah, mass spear and horseman play. And if French cannot get to those outside food resources on this map, they are in trouble. Like, they will actually suffer from this. English is just already happy with 1 full set of farms. Gullyd is gonna be existing on that forever, but yeah, French cannot live without the outside food.
Yeah, I mean, KnockKnock is on the on a boar rather, so that will provide him with another 1,500 food. Spearmen moving out will not. Okay, KnockKnock is reacting in time.
Yeah, he has a scout with his army.
Yeah, good thing. You know, scouting is important, guys. We can just, you know, always reiterate that. Chivalry also is in, as we see the health ticking up again for the knight, getting a little bit of a charge and then retreating back. So that's a nice move here. But yeah, as long as you have the king, English can also heal.
Look at that placement of the archery rangers. Now, archer's definitely the play that he needs to make, seeing those 18 spearmen. But the placement of these guys completely outside of TC range, if Gullyd scouts these and just sits here, then KnockKnock just wasted 300 wood.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that he wants to place it that way, just so once he drops a keep in the middle, he gets the discount. But
yeah, 100%.
That is...
Oh, this might be a nice connection.
That is
Knight's coming in. Knight's not being actively controlled. There we go. And he doesn't get anything.
Yeah, again, good reaction here by Gullyd3ck3l and slightly microing here by KnockKnock. So still no villager kill in this game. Spearmen are moving back now, trying to find the knights.
KnockKnock does not see this army. Oh, he's busy with his own raid. But so is Gullyd. There's the first kill.
Villager kill. Second one, 3 villager kills on the forward goal. So the first one is out, and now this is the goal that Gullyd3ck3l has to fight on. And Gullyd3ck3l also killed a couple knights. If we look at destroyed value, it's basically almost 10-1 for Gullyd3ck3l. So really efficient fights, and KnockKnock losing just a few too many knights, more than he wanted to.
Yeah, KnockKnock's not happy with how this game is going right now. Gullyd trying for the full wall off, and once he has that, then essentially he can just leave his base behind and just concentrate all his army forward. Does not need to worry about raiding knights anymore. Oh, this is looking real rough. Gullyd trying to go for a flank on these knights. If he can catch them out...
Well, I mean, also the thing is with the English composition, since he's not going for any man-at-arms, he doesn't need any gold for units, and so the 2 golds that he has could actually just carry him to Imperial Age if he wanted to force it that way.
Oh, finally KnockKnock finds a connection on some villagers, catches one building a wall, catches a second one on the farms. Can we get a third kill? Needs to pay attention here, he still needs to leave.
Surely, no.
Yeah, he can get out here. Where are the horsemen?
Horsemen are just... Wait, another good connection here. Almost getting a 4th villager kill here. Oh, horsemen are on the top deer pack, but there's no villagers there at this point. There is a blueprint already for the mill, so KnockKnock is planning to move there at some point. Fairly soon, actually, but not at this point. So knights again finding a villager kill on the palisade wall, which still hasn't been finished. So that must be frustrating for Gullyd3ck3l. Not finishing that wall and losing one villager after another there.
Yeah, KnockKnock's doing a good job distracting Gullyd, just having him run in a circle, but at the same time, Gullyd's just scaling up his farming economy and now also going for Castle Age. We've got 15 knights against the 25 spears here, so it's a fairly safe castle. Very nice catch here by Gullyd once again on the villagers. Knights are right in pursuit. Can't do too much damage, and he sees the archer ball now, knows that KnockKnock definitely is poised to jump on him. But yeah, Gullyd should be fairly safe here to go up to Castle Age and not having to worry too much about the French army. Oh god, nice catch once again. Gullyd is just applying so much pressure. Gets another vill, gets another vill.
There's so many low health villagers that he actually gets a couple more kills. He is losing his king, so that is a little bit unfortunate and just barely making it out alive with one horse. Oh, that horse
White Tower is about to drop now.
Is he getting the connection? Yeah, kill that 1-5 health village. Oh, that was a close one.
White Tower on the forward gold, are we gonna see it? No, it's gonna be straight in the middle of the farms and still covering gold. And it's King's Palace. Wait, hold on. Okay, Gullyd is feeling very confident. He says, I don't need a white tower. I'm just happy where I am. I did a lot of damage on the economy, and I don't fear 60 knights and 26 archers at all. Let's see if he's right to do so.
I do like that choice. If it would have been the white tower, I would have preferred to have it a little bit more forward, maybe next to the stone. Because he already walled it off anyway, he doesn't need to have a white tower in the middle of his farms. With the King's Palace, that's a nice little twist, and that should help him definitely with his eco. He does have more villager kills to his name,
Gullyd?
and so overall his eco is at least on par. Yeah, a little bit over committing here on the archers. Doesn't have the horseman numbers at the time. So now while he reached Castle Age, needs to scramble and make his upgrades as soon as possible because his opponent is knocking on the door.
Thank you.
Knocking, actually.
I hate you.
He's knocking.
Anyway, we've got KnockKnock trying to break in, but this is an English base, so these town centers fire double the amount of arrows. So basically the knights have to go first. We do have the range defense. Knights could actually take this tower out, which would be a decent number of dead wills here. Spears are being moved forward, and which upgrade is coming first? It is the veteran spearmen, still not on. But yet the archers can't go into the base. That is the problem. But these wills shouldn't be here, honestly. Like, guys.
They really shouldn't. The archers could take fire any moment. There you go, on the farms. Okay.
Gentleman's agreement, we're just not gonna move forward. What is KnockKnock doing behind this? Are we also going to see castle play? Well, I can't tell. He has 16 on food, and he is making his own farms in feudal age. There's still deer up in the valley. Where are you guys going? Yeah, he's definitely going castle. Just trying to bide his time, just trying to cause some idle time here, and he's doing that quite effectively because the only gold that Gullyd has access to is sitting right under his army.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he also controls the passage up to the northwest into the mountains, so even if Gullyd3ck3l wanted to transition to any other gold, he would be hard-pressed to do so. I mean, he could kind of try to sneak villages around, but there's the abandoned outpost controlled by KnockKnock, so definitely has
Gullyd's gonna
vision.
walk straight into the food wells. There is only one tower ready, second tower is not yet. Knights are in pursuit though, and Gullyd walks past the vills. And there's more vills in the corner. Guildhall is coming up for KnockKnock. I did not expect this game to go longer than 15 minutes, I'll be perfectly honest. And is he gonna find all 5? Where are the knights? Oh god.
He's gonna find them trying to go for the surround. A lot of hits here. Low health villagers. Are they? Okay, one villager actually only losing his life.
Good jukes around that berry patch. Archers are also here.
Good movement here.
That's 7 horsemen. Yeah, the amount of archers definitely is enough to do some damage. But the upgrade hits at the perfect time to get the extra range defense in. Nice body blocks there.
Yeah, I mean, usually if the knights wouldn't be there, you would probably just fight that. But with the knights, you don't really want to
do exactly this, yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you're not really doing a lot of damage there. So unnecessary to lose a horseman at this point. Oh well.
Yeah, we've got KnockKnock trying to secure the top range there, and he does. Gullyd has the abandoned outpost, so this is his current vision. So he will see this wall trying to come up. Does he have any units to deal with that? Yeah, spears are already on the way straight there. But no cavalries for the moment. And he's still on pure spears and horsemen, so just gonna stay on that composition. KnockKnock's upgrades have hit, and he's trying to push the base.
Yeah, makes sense. There's not a whole lot of horsemen. There's a lot of spearmen, to be fair, but with the archers, you should be able to deal with that fairly easily.
You say easily. I mean, you can never stop fighting this until the spears are dead. That takes a while.
True.
That takes a while and a lot of focus. Gullyd nicely trapping some knights there, and yeah. Of course, you bleed a lot of spears in the progress, but still. If you get caught up,
also bleeding a lot of archers because of the horsemen, so I guess it's kind of an even fight, more or less. And
Gullyd's trying to get that outpost up. I do hope that he stopped the villager that is on the way here if he abandons the position.
Yeah, I don't think that
and we're going for another round. Whee!
Well, I mean, you know, to be fair, now the knights actually are engaging here with the horsemen. I mean, while all of this is going on, Gullyd3ck3l almost has 30 villagers more than KnockKnock. And KnockKnock is French, you know, they have the discount, or the shorter villager production time, and still Gullyd3ck3l has so many more villagers
has
at this
good
point.
momentum now. That is 21 knights. Gullyd does not have an army right now. How are we dealing with that? Where are our crossbows?
Not sending out the knights like that, please. So I do have a couple of English knights now on the field as well, which kind of makes sense, or made sense a moment ago when Gullyd3ck3l had gold. Now he doesn't have any gold at this moment.
I mean, he can't really go into knights anymore because he would have to move up into the mountain range for that.
Yeah.
With the market just selling off food, he's, I'll say fine-ish for now, but that is 21 knights, and the guild hall is currently set to, if I can find it, it's set to food. So once we hit the 1200 gold threshold, there is definitely an option in a world where KnockKnock just drops a red palace on the middle sacred side. Speaking of sacred side, no relics have been taken at all.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, and no relics, no sacred sites being taken, and that is definitely something that Gullyd3ck3l would love to have at this moment, just to have a little bit of gold trickle coming in here. Doesn't have any villagers on gold, and is just sitting on 83 gold at the moment. He has 60, or just had 60 villagers on food, so that is a lot of food, but not a lot of gold.
Okay. 23 knights on the field now. Most of them are here right now. Gullyd just does not have access to any gold at all, and his bottom side is still wide open. Don't turn those words in my mouth, thank you. Anyway, looking pretty grim for our English player, even though he does have the network buff fighting and defending this. Yeah, KnockKnock just going all in. He knows his advantage, and as long as Gullyd cannot break out of his base, he's just fine. Eventually the wood runs out, and then what do?
Yeah, and his knights are just getting hit on by the other knights, either by the royal knights, as they wanted to go out on the map. Horsemen and spearmen are now trying to again thin down the knight and archer numbers, but the hit and run tactics overall is in favor for KnockKnock. Also, he does have the superior numbers, not to match the superior army value, and this is not looking too good here for KnockKnock.
And that is game.
No, for Gullyd3ck3l, rather.
That is just 20 plus French knights going into your base completely unopposed. There is nothing you can do, and they brought 26 archers with them just to have more fun.
Yeah, that is not looking good. I don't see any way for Gullyd to come back from this. I mean, he does have a strong eco, that is for damn sure, but
Gullyd is sending 4 knights to win the game for him. Let's see how much damage they can do. I mean, the eco kills are ramping up. These guys are definitely doing a lot of damage. KnockKnock has now reacted, but it is already 8 dead villagers, 9 now. But yeah, I don't know why KnockKnock left his base. He could just be here with his 20 knights and enjoy life. Because now, look at that. Gullyd is on 100 vills. Like, if we were in his base, that wouldn't matter because he can't produce anything that doesn't immediately get killed. But now we're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking very bad for Gullyd3ck3l just a moment ago with all the knights in front of his base, and I have seen and had plenty of games where these would just run into my base and kill everything. And KnockKnock decided against that, maybe in part because of the knights in his backline, but also maybe because it was just too risky for him. He knows, I mean, by now he must know that he has the weaker economy, and if he loses all his knight mass, that is what is keeping him ahead at this moment. If he loses them, then the game would probably be over for him, because Gullyd3ck3l's eco will allow him to remass in a matter of almost seconds. If we look at the resources spiking up here again, like 1,000 food up.
Honestly, I think KnockKnock just threw. Like, he could have killed Gullyd right there, is my estimation. And he just decided, like, look, there's 4 knights in my backline. I need to pull my entire army back. And now I don't think he can ever win a fight again. Like, he has halved the economy.
Like that, yeah.
And he doesn't have any food anymore. Like, Gullyd is fully farm transitioned.
I mean, the knights now in the mountains, finding a couple of villages here, and they were about to close that side, but now have to retreat, so that gold is again out,
out
of the picture for now.
Gets his revenge, going straight for those vills at the bottom, but he left his entire archer mass behind, and Gullyd is about to find it.
Ooh, those archers are gonna die. Oh, Gullyd? Are they gonna die?
Gullyd, can we
move?
Okay, now we found him. Knights are on the way to deal with that. And we did kill like 10 extra vills, but that's a lot of dead archers that we cannot replace, and the English army is just stacking up more and more and more, and KnockKnock cannot replace his losses. He's only playing for Imp, right? He's only waiting for his guild hall to give him free Imperial Age, and then he still needs to make a farm transition. Red Palace is coming up.
There it is, yeah, on the deer pack next to the sacred site, so definitely a good position, but at the same time you can maneuver around it.
If Gullyd finds this game is immediately over. Like this, okay, I mean, Gullyd's gonna lose these horsemen. He's gonna push in the top, so basically KnockKnock is... he's trying to get up a keep here to protect a little bit of his gold. If he can get that up, that would be really nice. Does Gullyd see it, though? Does not.
No?
No, it's just out of range. But can he get the keep up before all the horsemen and all the spears arrive here? Not quite. But barely. Okay.
Well, I mean, they're moving around, so yeah, they're losing a little bit of time here. So keep actually is going up here. Villagers jump in again.
No boiling oil, but this is a Red Palace keep.
Yeah, that's the thing. And now it is a Red Palace keep, so you do not really...
Yeah, you just see the arbalest emplacement here chunking out the horsemen immediately.
Yeah. I mean, it is quite expensive. At the same time, you still have more than 20 spearmen there, so...
I mean, Gullyd is just gonna follow suit and go Imp now.
Yeah, he needs a little bit more gold, but he has 30 on gold right now, so he should be there within half a second, and then he will actually get the keep down.
Nah, he's repairing it just a little bit, but can't really go full tilt. I'm surprised actually that Gullyd decided to burn this, but I guess you just idle out your entire opponent's gold income, so that's nice. Horsemen trying to grab the food eco, but this is the actual Red Palace, so that thing, folks.
Yeah, do not engage with that thing. Keep just on the north side, just barely surviving. But KnockKnock doesn't have any stone left at the moment, so he needs to send some villagers on the stone, then he can repair it with 1 or 2 villagers, and then should be fine. Imperial Royal Knights in the middle here, getting chased by the spearmen, who are currently still veteran. And Gullyd3ck3l doesn't have the resources for Imperial Age spearmen.
He also only just hit Imperial Age.
I was kind of under the impression he already was there, but...
Oh my god, it's the burn and soft strategy. No, never mind. He cancelled the footmen, and we go into enclosures at our first upgrade.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. There's a lot of farms, so with all that passive gold income, you do not have to worry about gold anymore again for a long time at least. But yeah, still doesn't have. I mean, does he have the resources? He does not have enough. It's just shy a little bit of gold. There you go, Imperial Age Spearman. Does make sense with 53 village spearmen. That probably is the most important one right after enclosures.
Yeah, it's KnockKnock's food income is currently 900. He has a total of, I think, 9 farms. And his forward deer is about to run out, and now he only has the 1 berry patch there. I guess he has those 4 deer in the back.
By the way, we are getting a monastery on KnockKnock's side, so fingers crossed, 31 minutes into the game, we might see the first relics being grabbed.
Wow, gentleman agreement is being broken. I hate this from KnockKnock. Why would he do that? Trying to get God on his side, but we do have the Royal Knights going straight into the base. Spears are hard on their heels, though. This is gonna be a few dead vills, but KnockKnock, is he gonna... He's actually gonna chance that. Into Imperial Spears? I don't know about that one. We see the Wingard army before the 3 Trebuchet to deal with the Red Palace.
I mean, the Royal Knights, they can just run around circles all day long around the Spearmen. And there's actually a little bit of an opening here on the right side, so they will actually potentially find even more villager kills. There you go, another charge coming in.
Gullyd's biting himself for not closing that, but at the same time, top side, his army is pushing in. The horsemen have found archers completely unprotected, no knights whatsoever close by. Important thing though, the knights make it out alive.
Yeah, that is very important. You do not want to lose all of these knights. I mean, it's 14 knights. That is quite a lot of resources, and the horsemen still only veterans, cannot really engage with the archers, which by the way also are still veterans. So I guess it's even.
You don't really care because you know. Your food income... Okay, he only has 1,500 food per minute, actually. But he has all upgrades. So that's going to skyrocket in a second there. He's just going to make more farms. 44 on fully upgraded farms. I expect that to go to 2,500 in a second. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he's getting the second food upgrade just now.
Yeah, he's getting fertilization right now. He was a minute ago, he was at about 2,000, and then he lost a couple villagers. So, yeah, it will go up. Yeah, there you go. 2,100. Probably potentially going even higher than that at some point. Going from university, so he will get those upgrades as well.
I repeat, we have stone walls. Thanks, Gully.
Stone walls.
It's gonna be mass spears, Wingard army spam, and then hand cannoneers into stone walls. Theo would be proud, sir. I don't know if anyone remembers Theo. He was he was very, very popular on the ladder. Everyone loved to play against him and against his English style.
Well, you're just proving how old you are, Askelat.
It's only been 2 years. What are you talking about? It's extremely funny to me that Gully just does not care. He's not gonna pick up a single relic.
Nope, he isn't. KnockKnock has 3 at this moment, and his monk is probably on the way to pick up some more.
So how are we looking for gold? That is the 1,600 here almost gone. There's a full 1,600 here still. And other than that, there's one gold vein here that you can only access with like 2 villagers. And there is one more over here. Yeah, it's starting to look a little thin. There's the 4,000er next to the sacred side. Big engagement in the middle. This is not the engagement that KnockKnock was looking for. That is way too many spears for the knights to deal with. The archers cannot keep up, and the hand cannoneers in the back do the rest. And yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is that GG? Wow.
Okay, who actually gathered more resources in this game? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ouch.
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 I'll say
Yeah.
it right here. I think the game is just over at that moment when Gully's military drops to 15 and there's like still 20 Castle Age knights that can just sit in his base. But well, KnockKnock disagrees, pulls back, and here we are with Gully going up 2-0, and let's see what they have for the next game.
Gullyd3ck3l gathered 2 times as much food, almost 2 times as much food as KnockKnock did.
I'll say this: this game was what, 40 minutes?
More than 2 times.
Was it 40 minutes?
It was too long. It was 35. Yeah.
KnockKnock made 8 farms. That's it. The rest was Guildhall.
Well, I mean that's good, I guess.
Anyway, let's see what these guys have in the next match.
Ooh.
It is in fact match point for Gullyd3ck3l.
Alrighty. Interesting. So they're going to play on Dry Arabia.
Oof, and Gully knocks out his best Civ for that. And let's see, KnockKnock, what is your best Dry Arabia Civ if you're going up against Gully here? If you play Biz, you're scared of Japan, you don't like Delhi, and China is also not fun.
Well, I mean, I can tell you what he's going to play.
No, let me finish my thought experiment. If you play Mali, you don't really like China. Delhi is a little rough, but manageable. Japan is rough. Yeah, you can't really deal with Japan. Japan is always bad, but there's less bad matchups. So what is the least bad matchup for you against Japan? Mali is doable. HRE is doable. Yeah, I say he's playing Mali or HRE. I don't know about Macedonia. Yeah. I have no idea. Macedonia, rather.
Yeah, the Macedonians would have been interesting. I think if I would have been in his shoes, I probably would have picked HRE. I think HRE probably has the best shot against Japanese.
Like I'm just assuming that Gully is gonna put Japanese out for the match point.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yes. So what is KnockKnock playing? Is he playing Mali, HRE, or Macedonia? Or is it... No, French is lost. I don't think he's playing Biz. Biz would be suicide.
Biz would be... Yeah, Biz absolutely would be suicide.
Unless that is exactly what he wants Gully to think, and he expects Gully to pick Rus, and then it's good. But I don't think so.
Then Byzantines would be good. That is true, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Gullyd3ck3l's game. It is right there, and it is going to be... Japan versus Mali. Right, let me put that up. Also, they're playing EGC Dry Arabia for whatever reason. Guys, can someone who knows what they're talking about tell me what the obsession with EGC Dry Arabia is? Well, why? Why, guys? Why?
I mean, I have to say, like, whenever I was asked, or whenever I asked, rather, in our admin circle, I was told that we prefer EGC. And so that's what I told players. I'm like, well, we prefer EGC. If there's 2 versions, a standard version and an EGC one, go play on EGC.
On any other map, I would agree. Except for Gorge, but Gorge is kind of like whatever. But on Arabia, like... We didn't need a new Arabia. Okay, I'm just gonna stop ranting about it and pop us into the game. How about that one? Match point for Gullyd3ck3l. Let's see what he's got for us.
Let's do that. We have a beautiful loading screen again as well.
The loading screen.
Yeah, maybe that's all they change. It's just like, we love Dry Arabia. We just want to have a good loading. And to be fair, like if you're EGC and you want to entertain 1,000 like people watching or 1.5K, yeah, sure, make a loading screen.
Here,
like,
look at this loading screen. That's a really nice picture there. Probably made by Kaivario, thinking about it. Yeah. And well, folks, we are in the game, and it's already lagging, so we're pausing for like 5 seconds.
by the way, it's also not just an image; it's kind of like the flag, so it is moving. You know, it's just a moving tapestry basically. So really nice.
It's a very nice shader. I'll have to say.
It is really nice.
Anyway, Gullyd3ck3l spawning in the southern corner and being on match point, going up against KnockKnock in the north. We've got Japanese going up against Mali. Let's take a look at the Japanese base. Oh, lo and behold, it's a barracks.
Oh, surprise, surprise. We do have a Dark Age barracks, which is immediately scouted out by KnockKnock, of course. So he knows what's up. He already has the 5 villagers on wood anyway, so he can just respond in the same kind. Gullyd3ck3l at the same time also scouting out. There's 2 houses on the pit mine. There's no barracks at the moment.
Tower coming up. There we go. It's like we've seen this before. It's like we've seen it happening. Yeah, first spear is on the way.
Just go for the outpost. You lose a house there, yes, sure. So a little bit of passive gold income being lost, but that's not the end of the world.
Can always get rid of it later, and now you just move 1 sheep out. These guys just chop enough to get a mill up. It's like a dance that we've been to before, but still. Gully only opens with 1 spearman. I don't think he's gonna go for a second one, quite honestly. Does he go for a tower rush is the question.
Oof. I can't imagine you're going for a tower. They don't finish the outpost?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. KnockKnock's just like, okay, does he actually make units? Then I need to finish the tower. If not, then I can just leave it here.
Well, I guess it does make sense. But yeah, so that way the villager got poked 1 time. And yeah, now he can just go and finish the houses around the pit mine. So not really a whole... not really a big change here in his pace. He does float a lot of gold now because of all that, but that's not the big issue here.
You know, this is actually very interesting. The fact that he's now going for the houses where usually you'd go for the mill and have some vills out here. Now this guy has to leave again. Gully is gonna love that. Maybe he's gonna make another spear now that he sees there's extra things to be burned. But for now, no such things being planned. We're probably gonna see a storehouse. I'd love to see ninjas, but for that we'd have to see the other Japanese civilization.
Yeah, it would be strange to have the OG Shinobi on Dry Arabia here. House being finished and villager is still alive. Would still need to get 3 hits by the spearman at this rate. So yeah, for now is still fine.
KnockKnock's just ignoring this now. Like, it's 1 spearman. Eventually there's gonna be probably the scout joining them. Like, what's he gonna do? Maybe I lose 1 house. Oh my god, that's 25 wood. I'd rather have my villager working for 40 resources per minute than care about the 25 wood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think...
It's the Louis build! He's doing it! It's 1 on Kura Storehouse. We're going straight to castle.
I've seen it in action. I believe it was in King of the Rockies, right? And it was glorious. So... I'm really totally good for that. Yeah, I'm absolutely for that. And
so now, what does Gully see? Does he see this is going on? I mean, eventually you know that your opponent is not aging up, and you're like, okay, what is going on? Have I seen this somewhere before?
Yeah, but the cool thing is just with this sort of faint aggression with the spearman, it's not as obvious because it's like, yeah, obviously his age up is delayed because of all that, and like maybe he invested into more spearmen, maybe I don't see them, maybe he's doing, like, I don't know, like, is he doing a tower rush on the other goal maybe, or like, you know, whatever crazy stuff might be happening in the background. But like, at some point, like 6 minutes in, you're maybe like, wait a minute, like by now he probably should be aging up already, like what's going on?
You know, what this could naturally also be that there is, like, what, 10 barracks in the corner and he's preparing a landmark snipe to pull all villagers with?
Yeah, or that. I mean, that will be something.
I miss Kanki.
That would really be something.
Do you remember Kanki? The guy who used to chop into your own woodline and then build ramps inside there?
That sounds toxic.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, Kura Storehouse is over halfway done now. KnockKnock's probably like, okay, something's fishy. Something's fishy. I should probably go and check. He does only have a Vanguard Scout here, so this Spearman is going to do a lot of damage. If he chooses to poke.
He does choose to poke.
But yeah, stable is about to be finished. And yeah, so far it can be a very good choice against this strategy. Gullyd doesn't even have a tower on his gold. Like, that is how relaxed he is right now, because he knows that KnockKnock's eyes are currently right here.
Yeah.
And did we check out that he does not have the stable up, or rather only having it up now? He's gonna run straight into these walls. I cannot fathom how much damage Gullyd will be able to do with this. Like, fast castle Japanese knights is great, but how much can he actually do if KnockKnock sees it coming? As we see multiple warrior scouts popping out. Where's a mill? Do we have... No pro scouts.
Well, I mean, so I think that is one of the strats where even if you see it coming, it is still strong. It's not a cheese or anything. Where
It's
like, oh, I just need to.
strong.
Yeah, that's like, even if you see it coming, it's not like you can easily defend it either way. So
here comes the warrior scout, so he's just gonna try and go for that. Gullyd sees it coming, pops out a bunch more spears, or rather one spear at this point. And he does have enough resources to age up. Probably about there. Can we get an age up, Mr. Gullyd?
Yeah, it is.
Sir Deco. Okay, he's aging up in the front, so KnockKnock sees it. Sees this is coming. This is a thing that is happening, and I might be in trouble. What is the Mali response here? So far, it is just a pit mine finishing up and finishing your walls.
Also, it's only Dark Age Spearman. I mean, the hardened upgrade is extremely cheap, and now we're getting it, but it's only one Spearman with like 3 health and another one. So with the Warrior Scouts, you can make considerable damage here.
It's a really good reaction by KnockKnock. Just getting the 5 cheap scouts out to do damage here and pushing Gullyd off of the gold. Gullyd has enough for 2 knights, and that's it right now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have enough for a stable, so I'm expecting that to be next. But maybe he's also just going to go for Samurai, which would leave KnockKnock to play Musufadi. No, there's the stable.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really go Samurai into this now. I think you have to commit to Mounted Samurai.
I mean, KnockKnock doesn't care about these warrior scouts at all. The only reason for existence for these guys is wasting time and pushing Gullyd off of gold.
Which they do really, really well. So 6 warrior scouts here, and
they're gonna kill these spears actually.
Yeah, I mean they're doing okay. I mean they can survive 4 hits, I believe, from the spearmen, and then like they can just run around. There's the first mounted samurai on the field.
There's the second one, but Gullyd cannot keep producing like he would love to do. And KnockKnock at home. Slowly, okay, he's eating the cattle actually, so he's not filling the ranches, or not as much. Full wall of his plant, but that is a lot of walls.
Yeah, that is a lot of walls.
And Gullyd is sending out his knights straight across the map now.
Which might actually be an issue, because now he only has the 2 spearmen to defend and is pushed off gold again. Losing 1 or 2 warrior scouts here again, two actually. But yes, spearmen are dying relatively easily here if they're just in low numbers and also only hardened upgraded.
You know, the funny thing is, Gullyd would have been better off if he put the Yorishiro into the forge.
That is true, yeah.
Mounted Samurai is walking into the walls, but they're gonna find the wall villagers now, which is unfortunate. The tower should see these guys. Yeah, no. He knows they are here. Gullyd does not know the villagers are here, though, because that's a stealth forest. Now he knows.
He knows, finds one. Oh, what is happening with those? They're bugging out. Unfortunately, losing another one, and that's the number 3. And while that is going on, Gullyd3ck3l also is building an outpost. He has had enough of the warrior scout shenanigans.
I love that you called them warrior scouts, because that is exactly what these guys were doing, nothing else. Okay, we got the mounted Sams coming straight in. Donzos have been pushed out though, and not a whole lot of purchase they can find. Gullyd is bringing home the first relics. Where did he put the Roshiro? Okay, TCs, just so he can countermand the cow boom somehow. But what is KnockKnock's game plan? The warrior scout was an inspired play, but I don't see what he did other than build a huge wall.
Nothing much, to be honest. Also, he wasn't able to finish that even, so now he's just adding Donzos. But
that is
again just hardened Donzos, not really the greatest again. Mount Samurais, that is for sure.
If your army, or if your spear army is on the same size as the enemy's mounted samurai army, I know who I'm betting on.
Yeah, especially with the tech upgrade. I mean, we're talking feudal age spearmen against the castle age mounted samurai. That's not a match.
It's fine.
Oh, not to mention the Uma Bannerman, you know.
It's fine. At least it's not Dark Age Donzos as someone else played, who I could name here. Oh, Gullyd coming in. KnockKnock sees it with the tower though, and he's gonna chuck some spears. Call it a day.
I mean, to be fair, that happens, quicker than you would imagine. Like, I remember just a couple, I guess weeks ago, I had the same issue where I lost the game pretty hard and realized mid-fight that I only had hardened spearmen instead of veteran, and I could have sworn that I upgraded them, but
Warrior
apparently
Scouts
I didn't.
Find a few vills. They're gonna take off one here. That is a very low health one. Needs 2 hits. Needs 1 hit. One guy less, and there's a second kill that they can potentially take. -2 for just scouts.
Yeah, that's not a bad trade at all. I mean, not a bad find rather. Meanwhile, the mounted samurai are hitting on the pit mine.
Yeah,
does not have any option to defend that. He's aging up now, yeah.
Hell yeah. Barimba Garrison is coming up. He does have a slight food issue, so he's eating cows under his TC. That's a lot of investment, but for now he's fine. KnockKnock finds the priest bringing the relic home. KnockKnock's actually finding so much damage with just these 5 warrior scouts.
Yeah, they have well paid off by now, and unironically are keeping KnockKnock in the game.
Yeah. Yumi upgrade coming in for Gullyd, and he is starting to spam those out. Yumi, by the way, also very good against warrior scouts because they have 0 range defense and don't have bonus against range as usual horsemen would have.
But they also got a slight, not nerf, but the food increase. So they're costing 30 food now instead of 25. So it's not as easy to spam them out anymore. Just
basically
to keep that in mind.
Unplayable. Mansa Musafari upgrade is through. So let's take a look at these chonky boys. They have 0 range defense, which Yumi's would be excellent against, but they do have man-at-arms armor otherwise with the 4 melee defense. And they do really good damage against heavy.
They do, yes.
I mean, they do good damage in general because they attack so fast. But yeah. Let's see. Gullyd is just walking around, splashing around in KnockKnock's base, trying to find damage, but he is completely caught behind the walls here.
Well, it's always a question. I mean, is he caught in there with him, or is him caught up in there with he, you know?
Warrior Scouts are still going around, still alive, still causing more chaos.
Ooh, not only chaos, they're finding more villagers here on the berries, just moving out.
These are veteran now, they do 9 damage instead of 7.
Yeah, look at that. That's actually damage now. Not only, mental support.
Gullyd, can I implore you to get textiles? Like you're not winning this fight. Like the warrior scouts are killing the spears and now they're losing villagers.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's not only textiles, it's also veteran C4, the spearman. And now he realizes his mistake and is moving back with the villagers, and the mounted samurai coming to help out. And
That's
well, I mean,
another. That's another dead will.
It's another dead will, and he's actually making it out alive. Oh my.
That's 5 dead wills only through scouts. That is so depressing. Meanwhile, KnockKnock is up to 22 Mensa Musafaris. But Gully is keeping pace with the Yumi. Still, that is in favor of KnockKnock in terms of army value. So we'll see how that one works out. Forward gold is just about gone now. Gully finds a few wall wills and pulls away in the villager kill department once again. I think almost all of KnockKnock's dead villagers have been building walls at this point.
I believe that is correct. Yeah, that seems to be about right. The Mansa Musafari raid coming in, finding some villagers on the deer rather on the south side.
Yeah. 10 seconds till the next stealth option. What does Gully see? Okay, he does see these Musafaris. And yeah, KnockKnock, are we running? I guess we're running. Are these guys still faster? 138 and the Yumi are also 138. And we do have melee charge on the Musafaris if they attack something. But full flank here. Nice catch by Gullyd3ck3l, taking out a bunch of Musafari.
Brutal body block here as well, losing a lot of Musafari here. And there's even more Yumi. Like, where are they coming from? At this point in KnockKnock's position, I would be furious. Everywhere we go, there's Yumi around. And now he's turning around again?
Look who's back. There's veteran warrior scouts raiding the farms.
Guess who's back? Well, I mean, if the Musafari cannot do it, then the warrior scouts have to do it, right? This is so hilarious.
And that's another dead villager right there. Man, this is not fun to be on the receiving end of. Or maybe it is. We do see Onabugeisha being added, which is an excellent choice against low armor infantry units. But veteran Mansa Musafari warriors are not low armor infantry units. They are in fact armored. So this is a horrible choice. But the Yumi are still really good, and there's 28 of them.
Yeah, and that is amounting to a scary number at this point, and we do not have any kind of javelin throws here by KnockKnock. We have a bunch of warrior scouts, but there's no sofa, there's no javelin throws.
We've got the veteran warrior scouts, which do extra damage against range, but they also don't have any ranged armor. Like, they're not horsemen, is the point.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely not horsemen, although they're as fast as horsemen, to be fair. So, I mean, they kind of work as horsemen. I mean, that's a weird thing with the warrior scouts. The Malians do not have any regular horsemen, so the warrior scouts basically fill that role. But it's kind of weird, and
I really like this game. This is,
it is very entertaining. It is very entertaining to watch all the warrior scouts killing villagers here and there. But the thing is, it feels like a bear just poking a nest of bees. You know, no pun intended. And at some point, the bees will just sting the bear to death.
Just a little
bit.
Because
Gullyd3ck3l, I think, is about ready to move in with his army.
I'll say, can he though? Like, yes, the army numbers are exactly equal, but I do think KnockKnock has the much better army. Like, there's 11 mounted samurais, that's great and all, but the Mansa Musafari are just gonna disappear them, I'll call that. Did we just... No, he accidentally right-clicked the deer. I was gonna say, is that a pro scout attempt? That is an attempt to surround the Yumi and do decent damage here. And the huge melee ball is following suit. And the second he touches these mounted Sams, they just pop. There's more Yumis. Oh, this is the big engagement. Let's look at those Bugeisha. Let's see how they do. I say they'll do horribly.
Yeah, I mean, they might actually do fairly well against Musafari because of their attack speed, but it's just the numbers now that KnockKnock 50% more army value at this point, just pushing his opponent over the map.
KnockKnock does not have melee defense against Japan. I mean, okay, he mostly fought against Yumi so far, but still, the 40 Mansa Musafaris will just walk all over this.
Oof.
Oh, sheesh! But he should really get melee defense. It would be very much worth it against the Bugeisha.
It definitely would be very, very helpful. Gullyd3ck3l was able to capture all 3 sacred sites for a brief period, as well as the 3 relics that he has at the moment.
Yeah, KnockKnock just wins this overwhelmingly. Gully has the full upgrades on his Bugeisha now. Now they'd actually be somewhat decent with the +2 coming in, but it's too late. They're all dead.
Yeah, it feels a little bit too little too late in a sense.
Oh, but that is a nasty farm transition he has going in the back. Where is your Shiro? So he's got food, he's got gold, he's got stable, and he's got daimyo. I guess at this point in time you delete the stable and get some extra. Yeah, what are we leading? We're needing some wood, so put it in a lumber camp and pray. Eventually he's gonna out eco KnockKnock again because of the Euroshiro and the TC. And because of his huge farming eco, but right now he's just equal with the Malian economy, and he does not have an army to speak of.
Yeah, that's the main issue that he has right now, the army part.
Oh god, KnockKnock is switching into Sofa. If he can get a decent mass out, how many stables is that? That is triple stables, that is 4, that is 5. If KnockKnock can avoid fighting this for like a minute and then come in with the Sofa, then Gully is just dying immediately.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because there's no Spearman anymore. You just have Honor Bugeisha and Yumi. And
Musafadi are stealth. Let's see. Can we get a raid on the woodline?
Ooh.
This is Gully's vision. There is no Musafadi. Cool. There is no Musafadi. Musafadi don't exist.
Now they come in. Now they come in.
And kaboom!
Well, I mean, they didn't get as many hits as you would have expected just because Gullyd3ck3l had a very good reaction.
Come on, let's not right-click the landmark. Let's just kill 4 or 5 farms and leave. Okay, we're actually right-clicking the landmark and getting it to half health in like 5 seconds. Good times. Gully is going for his counter-attack now with his huge army ball of 45 Bugeisha. There's only 13 so far right now. They cannot stand against this just yet. In a moment, they'll be able to, though. These guys...
I mean, it's 13 Sofa on one side of the wall and 33 Bugeisha or 32 Bugeisha on the other side. Man. Sofa on top of the archers, actually, on the Yumi Ashigaru.
The Sofas don't have enough armor to deal with this. KnockKnock still doesn't have melee armor. He could be taking almost no damage from this. Instead, he's taking 5 per hit because Gully got all +3 upgrades on his Bugattis, and they're just cutting through the Sofa mass. Slowly but surely. But look at that huge raid on the farms once again. Okay, KnockKnock is actually holding this. A little bit, I'll say. Because the Yumis don't do anything against the Sofa.
Yeah, the Yumis barely don't do anything. The Bugeisha also don't really do a whole lot. And now there's only 2 Bugeisha left and just a dozen on Yumi Ashigaru.
Yeah, let's forget about the Yumi because look at this. These guys have 7 ranged armor. The Yumi do 8 damage. Yeah, you do the math.
Yeah. Also another raid with the warrior scouts this time, killing a couple villagers on the farms here. 23 villager kills.
Oh look, the warrior scouts found another set of villagers.
Oh gosh.
I'll say KnockKnock is doing a beautiful showcase of all the Malian units. What are we gonna see next? I kind of want.
I usually don't see that often, I guess.
I kind of just want to see him go Imperial to see what choice he'll make next, which is probably gonna be Freeborn.
Yeah, you have to go Freeborn at that point.
Good times. And now we've got equalized economy numbers. You'd think, but there's 11 cows in their cattle ranches.
Yeah,
and KnockKnock He does have +1 melee armor. I kind of wish he also had eco upgrades, but he really doesn't believe in them, and it's fine. We're still having fun. Second TC for Gullyd is trying to catch up again. He still has the stable staying here, so that Yorishiro is still only boosting production rate, when he could just be building 4 stables.
Yeah, that's why I'm honestly not a... I mean, that's a total side note, but I'm not a big fan of the Yorishiro in the stable.
No,
like,
no, you open with it because it's...
timing.
Yeah, you need to go for the timing. That's the whole point of Fast Castle.
Yeah.
But
like, that's why
afterwards you delete it.
I don't like that. That's my thing. Like, I'd rather put it in a forge or maybe even in a house if I need to have some more passive food income.
Gullyd is trying to fix his walls, and look, there's warrior scouts walking in.
Of course they are. Oh man.
This is yeah, and look, there's another open wall, and we've got some Musafaris knocking.
Ooh, also killing the Shinto priest while he was carrying a relic and was kind of stuck at the gate for whatever reason. Oh, that was strange.
Well,
ooh, look at all the villagers. The villagers pulling their shields against the warrior scouts.
Okay, now they're confused. They don't see anything anymore. The warrior scouts are like, okay, cool.
Where did it go? I thought we only had shinobi. What happened?
The sofas are here. What are we burning? Are we trying to burn vills, farms, or houses? Or all of the above?
Burn the vills.
Oh god, the vills are coming back. These are not units. In fact, this is all villagers. Oh god.
Oh, that is rough. 38 villager kills, so 50% more than just before. And
we've got.
I mean, Gullyd3ck3l good for having a second TC, but bleeding villagers left and right.
We've got 40 so far on the field.
He does have textiles, by the way, by now. So
good on him.
Good on him. Yep.
So that means we need 4 hits from a sofa to kill a villager. Unfortunately, there's 40 of them, and KnockKnock is gonna take a point off Gullyd and is gonna go 1-2. We've got another game. Oh, that was fun.
Gullyd3ck3l not able to hold it against KnockKnock, and KnockKnock able to close the difference here just a little bit, and keeping that goal of winning Warchief Club today alive.
Oh god, is it 7 AM for KnockKnock? I believe it. That game felt like something you'd think up at 7 AM.
Yeah, that poor guy. I always forget what time zone he's in. That is rough.
Oh, well, that was beautiful. Let's see what the next game has for us. I do hope that he's fit enough to keep playing.
Yeah,
it would be a shame. Okay. Next map is Ballsland. Let's see here. Oh yeah, they have not drafted yet because Gullyd wants to take a quick break for bio. Well, that was a little bit of a scuffle. Did enjoy that. If you guys also enjoy what you're seeing, by the way, we are fully community funded. And yeah, we're just doing this for fun. We're all volunteers here. Everything, if you choose to support us, everything you donate is going straight into the prize pool for Warchief Club. And yeah. Hey, Francis. I mean, we appreciate it, but at the same time, can someone tell me how EGC is going? Because I have not kept track today. Kind of was busy. I guess they finished up because Lash was waiting us earlier. Yeah, but guys, Warchief Club is happening 1 to 2 times per month, as much as we can fit it into the busy tournament schedule of AoE 4. That is our big hangout tournament for the semi-pros and occasionally pros if they deem to have the time and play for the low prize money that we can offer. And we also have another tourney going on. Is Lel still going?
It is still going, yeah. So the middle bracket, the lower bracket this time, since we didn't have bottom bracket, Abu Bakr 1-1 against Kivo, and Acors is playing against Verbix in the top bracket at the moment. So two Conqueror 2 players, I think, 1 or 2, battling it out against each other. So also fairly high quality, you could say, I guess.
Nice. But yeah, if you happen to enjoy Age of Empires 4 and you like to try out your hand at tournament play, we have weekly tournaments going on in the low elo, low being anything below 1500. We have multiple brackets that are split by elo, so you basically only... It is meant so you only face the equally strong opponents. Depends on who signs up, naturally. Sometimes we have a little bit of a wider spread, but in general, this should be fair matchups. So yeah, it's just a fun environment to try out and have a little bit of fun. Will you cast the last game of Verbex versus Acres? We are casting the finals now. Are you saying that is a good game?
Probably is a good game, but...
Or are you saying that's a 3-hour game and you just want us to suffer?
Why not both, you know?
Why not both? Yeah, I just have flashbacks to Warchief's Club of old, where we watched Divine versus Numodan for 2.5 hours until not even Cow had any more funny jokes to make.
Yeah, those kind of games, they drain your lifeblood and all kind of will that you had in you. That is... Yeah, but hey, we do have the draft now, so both players have picked their civs, so we can hop back into
what do we have?
Thematically into the series here. We have a good matchup. I like the civs.
We've got Baldlands left over. What does KnockKnock play on Baldlands? Baldlands is a Pro Scout map, so I see Gullyd3ck3l. Can you play Rus, or do you set... No, Gully is just playing China. Gully is playing China, and KnockKnock is playing... Is he... I don't know. I absolutely have no idea. Is he playing HRE? That is my guess. HRE against China, but I could definitely be wrong. I think you just play...
I can't...
You play Feudal...
I can't guess.
You play Feudal, Mine Work, and you try to deny Pro Scouts.
Well, that would be an interesting matchup as well.
Okay, it's not that. Damn it!
Well, you got 50% right, so...
Okay, China. I mean, it's his best civ for that map.
Yeah.
What is he playing against that? I mean, KnockKnock should probably know it's China. Like, maybe you pick Byzantine because you expect maybe it's gonna be Rus, but I don't think so. You don't want to be playing Rus into Byzantine. It's Byzantine, isn't it?
Well,
okay, it is Byzantine. I just checked. Anyway, Biz into China. So we're dodging the Rus matchup. Good on Gully, and we have China versus Biz, which should be a good match. We've got the Pro Scout Civ versus the I don't care about Pro Scout Civ. Let's see how this one works out. Okay, 40 seconds until we can hop into the match, as we have a little bit of observer delay. Oh, can Gully do it in the second attempt at his match point? What do you think? Also, my girlfriend made dessert. Shout out. Thank you.
Wow. Good for you. Good for her as well, I guess. By the way, you need to update the overlay as well, so that Malians did win.
Oh, sorry. Will do.
Not a problem. Just checking. I don't think I can do it, so that's why I asked you.
You should be able to, honestly.
If I have the link, I guess. Let me
give you the link then.
Is it that?
I'm putting it in the December thingy.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, I think then I do have it probably.
Right.
All right, cool. But yeah, in game, did we also switch the screen, or will people seeing that?
No, we're not looking at the game. This is just ASMR today. I actually streamed the Loyal Legends match once, where I eventually wanted to look at the match and was like, wait a minute, why is this just my camera and me talking on the lobby screen?
Yeah.
Well, that is awkward. Okay, anyway, speaking of awkward, we've got Gullyd3ck3l in the right... Okay, that was mean. We've got Gully playing the Chinese in the right side, and we've got KnockKnock playing the Byzantines on the left, opening with an early cistern here. I do like it, and he has triple stone vills here, so going for that good old cistern boom. I do enjoy it. And we're on Baldlands, which means we have all of these nice deer camps here. There is 4 of them straight in the middle. So you lose about, I'll say, 50 food from these and about like 80 from these. But at least your opponent doesn't have 2 deer camps. They just have this small one. So yeah, Pro Scout map. In general, you'd see China just rush that out. So, what do you think?
Yeah,
we saw China go for Pro Scouts on this map earlier and wither and die.
Well, did they play against Byzantines? Because against Byzantines, that can work very well.
No, they
because
did not.
Both are kind of, like Byzantines is doing their cistern play. We have 3 villagers in stone, by the way. So that is quite a lot of villagers on stone. And already the second cistern being built and constructed here. So basically it's just both players booming away, and then the question is, do the Pro Scouts match or are getting ahead of the 5 cistern play?
Yeah, I mean, are we going to see Gully play some feudal is my question here. Is he going to be forced into it? But let me quickly pause because we've got some stutters still. Regarding the question in chat, next Warchiefs Club will be in 2026. So you're not missing out anything, and we still need to plan that because I haven't looked at the tournament calendar for 2026 except for, London Wololo.
Yeah.
Imperial Academy coming right up between the double wood lines. You love this position because the lumber camp is the thing that will generate the most gold for you. Because you drop the most off on a lumber camp. Or the most often.
Yeah, also, it's also not too far away from the mill, so Imperial officials wouldn't have to walk too far. And so yeah, nothing too crazy, and that definitely screams Pro Scouts to me.
It's very much expected. And we've got a Grand Winery on the bottom side here. No Tower Rush shenanigans, no Dark Age Spears, just the good old booming.
By the way, what do you say about the new visuals of the cisterns and the cistern of the first hill? Have you checked that out?
Animated water inside the cistern. Water. You know, I've always looked at the... I mean, if I look at this water, I'm like, oh my god, who animated this? Please, don't ever do anything again. I'm not the biggest fan of this wave. It's not a wave, is it? It's just, is it a heartbeat? I can't tell.
It looks like ebb and flow. The issue is that it doesn't make sense because that is a closed.
I know.
Like physically. It doesn't make that much sense. And then also, like, the first time I saw it, I wanted to scroll in, and then, like, when you zoom in, it just also switches the angle, so you actually don't really see a whole lot of the water anyway. It's just like, oh, whatever. So yeah, it's a nice idea, but it doesn't really, play a big role in the great kind of.
We appreciate the effort. Thank you very much. Please put some thought into it next time. But let's say it like this. It is being offset by the beautiful water animation when you break an aqueduct.
Yeah. Oh, that is a beautiful animation. That is true. Like that, it's almost fun to see it happen to you because then you can appreciate the visuals there.
So KnockKnock is aging up right now to feudal, and we've got how many cisterns is that? That is the 4th one being... No, that's the 5th one, actually. We have got level 5 water at the 5-minute mark. So he's going full cistern boom. And Gully is opening with horsemen rather than the Pro Scouts. No Pro Scouts just yet. Is he just gonna feudal all in? Nah, then he would have archers. So
yeah, he kind of would need archers, or
Yeah,
maybe even Jugunu.
there's the pro scouts. 30 seconds research time with the supervision. But yeah, KnockKnock is pretty happy about his opening here. And the barracks is being made. Limitane are on the way. And he also scouted out the horsemen. So there's probably not going to be any damage found. The winery, though, pretty far out there. We do have Akritoy defense ready to go. KnockKnock, are we going to see it? Not yet. Oh yeah, we're in TC range. Never mind. Don't even need it.
Yeah,
and there's the Limitane.
Yep, Dark Age Limitani, no hardened upgrade as of yet. And yeah, the Grand Winery is kind of out there, but at the same time it is halfway in TC range, and also it's just very, very efficient if you think about the long game, because you can fit a lot of olive groves around there. So it's kind of like a greedy Grand Winery even.
Yeah.
By the way, we have archers coming up as well, so it kind of looks like a feudal all-in.
You know, back in season 3 or so, when I started playing ranked, I actually did China feudal archer all-in, supervising the archery range. It is actually really scary. Look at that, 6-second production time.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, that's council hall level, basically.
But yeah, basically these guys are here to make sure that pro scouts can do their thing and that Limitani are not able to deny it. And then it can definitely be really scary if you don't expect it and the Chinese instead turn it into a feudal all-in, as this scout is probably not going to make it home. One more hit, 1 health. Limitani out here.
Well, that scout was saved by the Limitani, that is for sure.
Mercenary house now coming up.
Response now?
I mean, now we're going to see javelin throwers. And he's going into longbows, because if I say something, you got to do the other thing.
That is going to be the longbows.
Yeah.
All right.
Longbow man, so the a little bit slower alternative. Javs would be the I need to fight right now and I'm scared for my life. Longbows are more like the eco variant of that, as we see. These are not... That is 1 villager and 1 Limitane going down. And KnockKnock is still just booming. Look at that. He's getting all of his eco upgrades.
Yeah, the good old boom. Yeah, and he's... I mean, it's also really nice. You talked earlier about all the deer packs in the middle, but look at all the berry patches, and 3 berry patches, one on the Grand Winery, and another one on the south side, which is not really accessible at the moment, and one in the very back of the base. Really, really safe, and just a lot of oil that can be produced that way.
What is KnockKnock's vision? He does not see this army coming. He's gonna lose another villager right there. And he currently does not have the army to deal with this army mass that Gullyd is putting up. Gullyd is really just pumping army like there's no tomorrow, and there might not be for KnockKnock.
Yeah, I mean, Gullyd3ck3l wants to end the series. He's up 2-1, and if he wins this one, then he will have won the final. So it kind of makes sense. Limitani also, again, losing their life here against the archers. Longbows a little bit too slow to react to that.
Yeah. Oh, longbows are pretty far forward here, though. Gullyd would love to trade out with the longbows. Like, he does not want to be the one just standing there getting shot, but any longbow you can kill cannot be replaced at this moment in time. Because you just don't get the oil to do that fast enough. But yeah, really good fight for KnockKnock, just taking out 1 archer after the other. Gullyd losing a little bit of steam. He does have 8 horsemen still. But where are they? Trying to find some damage at the southern side. And KnockKnock should see this. Is he reacting? Not yet anyway. Army?
Now
not
he's
moving.
reacting.
Okay, yeah. Akritoy is available, so this is not as scary as it looks. If he uses it.
Yeah, if that's a bit...
Yeah,
if he did,
plus 2 melee armor on these villagers.
he just used it, yeah.
But, you know, not reacting to the horsemen is also a choice that you can make, but maybe shouldn't. Longbows are still out there all by them lonesome, and there is horsemen here now, so this is really, really scary.
There are a couple of Limitani, though, circling around, so Could well, now they're just being alone by themselves again as well. So not really the pathing that you would love to have. The Limitani running into the archers and the longbows running into the horsemen. That is not good for KnockKnock.
Loses
Not
half
at
the
all.
longbows, loses more than half. Yeah, we're down to 3 oil units at this point. That is not the situation you want to be in. And now Gullyd is once again with the overwhelming force on the door. Is KnockKnock trying to go in Castle Age? Yeah, that's 11 on gold. Like, he's just gonna YOLO it up. That's a choice. That's one of those choices you can make. Where's his food, I say? He does have one more berry patch all the way at the bottom. And then what?
I mean, to be fair, if you're reaching Castle Age against this composition, you only need to have a few cataphracts and you can clean that up. So it definitely is a choice. That is sure.
That is yeah. I'll allow that. But let's see here. There is that much Texas, 126. Can I click on a mill, please? Okay, there's 400 gold in that one. So Gullyd has enough gold to age up at any point, and he's pro scouting, so his food income should be really good. Okay, he has 800 food per minute. It's not as good as I thought it would be. Upgraded tower is not gonna be long for this world. There's just too many horsemen, and the fortification is not in time. This one's going down, and there's 5 villagers in there that's gonna go down with it.
Yep. That is not feeling good here for KnockKnock, and not only because it's delaying his castle timing, but especially because losing the villagers is pretty painful. Losing one more, there's another one going down. Potentially, there's a third one. Yeah.
Same for the other tower. KnockKnock has to abandon Mission Castle Age. Like, he has no more gold access.
Yeah, and he also spent a lot of resources now just to get more. At least it looks like he spent more resources. He did lose a little bit of food to spend more resources into the units.
Okay, KnockKnock is just calling it. I mean, yeah, Gullyd was about to go castle, so I get that. That was, Pro Scouts is still good. This is a Pro Scouts map. You should contest Pro Scouts. Yes, not contesting Pro Scouts is bad. And that is all I have to say about that. Gullyd3ck3l is this month's winner of the Warchief Club. Well, yeah, that was well played. Gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I mean, Gullyd3ck3l is a really good player, and he played this
He's here.
really,
we can't
really
talk about him anymore.
Okay.
So anyway, Gullyd sucks.
Well, if you wanna say that, I'm fine with that. I'm gonna continue with my thought.
Let's not do it.
In lower levels, you see the mistake that people do, like a kind of like a naked pro scout, and they just focus on the pro scouts, and that would enable your opponent to just go naked fast castle, and then they grab the relics. So by the time you're done with your pro scouts, you have a full set of olive groves plus 5 relics, and then you're probably not as well off as you would be otherwise. And Gullyd3ck3l just doing a good job here with combining both the feudal aggression, the feudal all-in, with the pro scouts, and that's a really good combination.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you saw it yourself. If KnockKnock hits the timing and actually just gets up to Castle Age, he's on five cisterns with a Golden Horn Tower, which just cranks out units like there's no tomorrow, and then he has access to the cataphracts, to a few at least, until he completely runs out of food.